Now, no one in here has ever made a stupid mistake, has it? You never get a shock and say, "Oh, why did I do that?" Nah, I'm sure not. Hey, we're gonna get a few answers in a little bit, all right? And things are gonna help you on that line, all right? Bob Rotella said that if he only had one lesson to give, lesson he would give on a pre-shot routine. John, how about you? You had one lesson to give and no more. What would you do? What would you give? I ask that because some of the things that John alludes to in his book, dealing with the pre-shot routine, really focus on the mental process that you go through.
Well, I think that's the most common mistake that all golfers make, is that they don't have the focus. They don't even really know what to do. They just, I'm going to hit the ball over there, and there isn't a process that, pre-shot routine probably is the most important thing for sure. You have to have situation analysis, right? You have a shot, you're 150 yards out, and you're in the rough, and you have a fluffy lie, and you have to carry the ball over the bunker, and there's trouble left, and problems long. So you assess the situation. Now that, for me, that would probably be a 9-iron to carry the bunker. So that's my best guesstimate, how the ball's going to fly out of there. I pull my club with confidence, and then I stand behind it, and I go through my imagery, and that's complicated, and that takes a while. But basically, it starts with visualization. You want to see the shot in your mind's eye as you're standing behind the ball. So I imagine the ball flying at a certain height. I see it landing over the bunker, and out of the rough, it's probably going to release forward. So I have to add that into my assessment. And after I visualize that, I'll go through this, I call it 5 sense imagery, but I visualize it, then I can stand behind it. And I've done this a million times now, so it's easier for me. This actually takes a lot of work. Your mind is like, in a way, like your body. You have to exercise it every day to have that kind of focus, that kind of strength. But so I visualize it. I can then stand behind it with my eyes closed. I can see myself like a hologram in front of the ball, swinging the club. I can feel my muscles moving. It's hard to explain almost even, but in front of me, I can feel my body moving and hitting the ball. I can hear the sound of the club hitting the ball. I can feel the way that feels as the ball leaves the club face. I go even deeper. I insert smells or tastes even. The more that you can have in your mind as the process of how I get it from here to there, the less room there is in your brain to think about, oh crap, there's out of bounds left, or these guys are all watching me right now and that's making me nervous. The more room you have in your head for those doubts, those negative thoughts, the easier they're going to creep in. So if you can make it as intense as possible with your focus, the more pinpoint your vision is going to be.
You see this in the book, and I hope you picked up on something you're saying there is pretty important, and that is, he didn't say one thing about mechanics, all right? Not one. Everything got here, and all started focusing out there, got away from him, all right? And I think that's what I picked up a lot on his book from Pre-Shot Routine, is designed to get you out of those negative thoughts and simply get away from yourself and thinking about ball flight, where it's going, where you want it to go. How do you feel about TV commentators and their perception on where you should hit the ball?
Well, it's my opinion that they commentate to the 25 handicap. They don't really commentate to the good player. So nothing wrong with being a 25 handicapper, but I think if you're commentating about the greatest players in the world, that's what your comment should be about. You don't see a guy saying, well, look at the way LeBron James is dribbling the ball without bouncing it off his foot, right? They commentate about the greatness and the moves that these guys are doing. In golf, everybody has their favorites, and I'm not going to mention who my least favorite guys are, but basically, I mute the TV, because even as powerful as my process is, I don't want to hear that nonsense. Because a lot of those guys say the worst things possible because they think that's what all of you are thinking, so let me feed to that. And I would recommend you don't, you just turn on music, don't listen to those guys, because most of them are, they're commentating to create drama. You know, my favorite one is when a guy is 25 feet away from the hole and he has a 4-foot break, and the commentator says, "Oh, he'd be so happy to hit this 3 feet." I can promise you, without doubt, 100% certainty, there isn't one guy on tour thinking, "Gee, I hope I can get this putt inside of 3 feet." Every single one of them is thinking, "What do I have to do to make